My beloved, my child of light, the one heaven whispers about when the stars blink at night. Listen carefully, because this is not ordinary. Only 2 minutes left. The hourglass in heaven just flipped. Archangel Michael is standing with his sword of truth, shouting your name. And God is crying out to you, don't skip this. Don't make the mistake of ignoring it. Because, my child, someone has written a false story about you. They have whispered a crime in your name, not because you are guilty, but because they are jealous of your blessing. And their words, their lies, they are meant to destroy you. But pay attention, their plan will work if you skip. You will be punished for a crime you didn't do if you don't pay attention. Can you see how bad this is? Both God and Archangel Michael are pleading with you. This message isn't here by accident. It is divine interception. They tried to hide your destiny under false accusation because, my beloved, it is too bright and sacred. They thought they could put you in chains, but heaven has already freed you. I have to tell you this before I tell you their name. Your soul knew something was wrong from the start. That sudden weight, that whisper in your sleep, and the tension in your chest make you feel bad. It was God warning you ahead of time. You were never meant to suffer for their sin, but He chose this time and this message to show what had been hidden. The robe of shame they made for you was never meant to be worn. Please hold on, my child. Take a deep breath, because what's coming next will shake your world. I will shout the truth so loud that even the demons who planned this will fall on their knees, says Archangel Michael. I have a very important question for you now. Follow me. The chains of falsehood break here, so don't skip even a single line. Please make sure you hear me clearly before I go on. There is a reason why this message was shown to you. Do not let it go. Don't turn off heaven. And beloved, if this voice speaks to your soul, subscribe right away, because every message here is more than just words. Your shield, your warning, and your miracle in motion. Don't wander around without the cover of heaven. If you stay in touch, the next message could be the one that changes your whole destiny. Listen up. The person who accused you, they were close. They gave you a smile. They seemed like they cared. But envy burned them from the inside. They were eager for you to fail. Do not be afraid, advises Archangel Michael. Their lies won't work. Their name will be made public, and justice will not only set you free, but also make you stronger than before. If you stay with me, I will make their trap work against them, says God. You run the risk of walking right into the pit they dug if you skip, though. Now is your time, my child. Can you hear how important this is? Heaven wants you to pay attention. Do not scroll away. Don't turn this off, because the doors close in 2 minutes. They will close, and you will no longer be able to find out their name. Protect yourself, or stop the false punishment. Archangel Michael is standing there with his sword raised, waiting for you to answer. Are you going to skip or tell the truth? My beloved child, heaven drew closer as soon as your eyes met these words. The veil between the spiritual and the earthly world is thinner than it has ever been in your life, though you may not be aware of it just yet. The hand of God is outstretched over you, shaking with a sense of urgency. The sword of Archangel Michael, which shines with divine fire, is already raised. Still, shadows are moving against you, shades who were brave enough to write a lie about you. It's not like rumors or a small wound. No, my kid, they made up a crime, a fake crime, and put your name on it. Their goal is cruel: to tie you up, take away your honor, and watch as they drag you somewhere you don't belong. Prison, in their envy, they have spoken that into being. You deserve jail time, chains, and other punishments for things you didn't do. However, if you read this message all the way through, heaven won't let this destiny happen. Try not to think that this is a coincidence. The heavens aligned for this fight right at the exact moment you stopped here. God told him, "Tell them, do not let my child carry around an unjust name," says Archangel Michael, who has been waiting like a lion in chains. There will be no stopping the lie if you close your eyes. The chains will break if you hold on and refuse to skip. Please type Amen in the comments below if you are holding on to this divine word and won't let go. Let your agreement be the first blow against the chains of lies. This message goes to the person who is still looking, still having doubts, and still crying out in the dark. If this ministry has made your faith stronger, think about making someone else's faith stronger too. You're not funding content when you give through the link in the description or pinned comment. Whether it's to buy a coffee, become a monthly partner, or join our Ko-fi community, you're giving the Great Commission fuel. Every gift spreads the gospel further. Every kind deed sends light to places we might never be able to reach. Some people are just one message away from having hope. Just one more prayer and I'll give up. Just one meeting away from salvation. Your kindness helps us get to them. This is more than just support. It's taking part. You are joining us in the harvest field. You will be written into the story of all the souls that were saved when heaven counts them. Do not ignore what the Spirit is telling you. Do the work. Let's find and bring home the lost. The person who accused you has known for a long time that your wins make them smile, but they secretly curse you. As a mask, they acted like friends. Love was just a mask for them, but deep down, they were making knives out of you. They are being shown today by heaven. Soon, we'll know what their name is. The truth cannot be partially seen, so your faith must first anchor you here. You have to fully open and accept it. Do you have that shaking in your chest right now? That flutter of unease that won't go away? That's your spirit figuring out that someone put a trap for you. In the back of your mind, you already knew that someone was planning something. You could already feel the change in the air, the weight, the strange looks, and the tension that you couldn't explain. Those things did not happen by chance. They were early warning signs from heaven. But this message isn't just a whisper. A thunderclap from above has just happened. God says, "My child, I beg you, don't skip this, or you'll be the one who pays the price. Don't think this is an exaggeration." Archangel Michael continues, "I've been at the gates of justice and seen how their plan is coming together. Their plan will fail, though, if you stay, listen, and don't give up. You won't be put through a false punishment. Instead, their hidden crimes will be made public. Just think about what would happen if you ignored this. You'd be like someone who walks into a trap blindfolded and doesn't know what will happen to them. Now think about this. The blindfold coming off, getting your eyes open. The liar's name was shown to you. The court of heaven is not against you, it is on your side. This is what's at stake now, beloved. But first, I need to ask you a very important question. If these words are already cutting to the core of your being and you can feel the breath of heaven moving through them, don't let this be a one-time meeting. Stay in touch. Sign up now, because every message you get here is more than just text. It is a lifeline sent from heaven to keep you from drowning in the bad things people want to happen to you. You can't miss the next warning, the next shield, or the next breakthrough that is coming right at you. Don't let yourself drift away, beloved. Connect with the flow of these divine messages. Now let me go on. The person who falsely accused you is also shaking, but they won't show it. They thought no one would find out about their lie. They believed that the papers would be signed and the rumors would be confirmed. They thought that no one would ever find out the truth. They didn't realize, however, that God writes in fire where humans write in ink. He heard every word. He kept track of all the lies. He wrote down everything they did to hurt you. He now says that their mask will fall. Don't be afraid, beloved. Their name is written in front of me, says Archangel Michael. You'll see something they thought would never be shown if you stay until the end. I do not want my child to carry the burden of another person's envy, God says in a broken voice, for a crime they didn't commit. I don't want to punish my beloved. Pay attention to what I do while you stay awake and present. As you read this, the very fabric of their plan is coming apart. What they meant to do harm, heaven is using to protect you. There are many weak spots in the lie, and your faith is what breaks them. In the moment that you stay here and don't skip, heaven makes your shield stronger. So pay attention, because in the next few lines, their identity will be revealed. People will see the chains that were meant for you for what they are, traps of hate and envy. Your name will shine brighter than ever instead of being dragged through mud. That's not all this message is. It is a deliverance. The fact that you are obeying, staying here, and fully opening this up calls on heaven's hand to help you. Dear ones, this is just the start. Heaven is still talking to you, my beloved child. Something changed in the spirit world when you opened this. Things that had been kept secret for months or even years started to fall apart. That is, you might not be able to see it yet. Archangel Michael, however, was seen. Michael has already stepped in to stop you from getting the punishment that was written in lies. No longer does God roar. This curse will not be passed on to my child. My kid won't walk into chains that don't belong to them. That's why your chest feels heavy. Why does your heart beat so fast? The fight is not light. The person who said that thought they were smart. I didn't think anyone would find out. They believed that what they said would stick to your name like mud. Lie though, heaven doesn't let them end there. Truth is like a flame, and today it shines brighter than the darkness. Someone is very close to you and may make you not want to believe them. They came up to your table. They smiled when they saw you. As you went up, they pretended to cheer for you. But behind your back, they signed a piece of paper that had been dipped in poison. I saw it all, God says. I wrote down everything. I will not let what they planned happen to you happen. The lie they told about you is not just a story. You were meant to lose your freedom and your destiny, and you were meant to look guilty even though you couldn't be. But do you remember what it says? No weapon that is made against you will work. This weapon was made, but it won't work out well. My child, you must still stay, because you will miss the shield that God is putting around you right now if you skip this message. Stay, commands Archangel Michael. Don't go away. Do not shut this voice down. The person who accused you thinks their plan is set in stone, but if you stand your ground, heaven can change it. Do you get it? The balance isn't strong. Doing what you're told to do is your anchor. Don't forget what I tell you. In some parts of life, one choice, one decision, or one act of obedience sets the tone for everything that comes after. Now is one of those times. You weren't just brought here by chance. You were shown this way because they knew you needed to hear this revelation. Your angels have been whispering, tugging, and pulling. You only have a few minutes left before the spiritual window shuts. The warning goes away if you don't open this all the way. In this way, the sense of urgency in your spirit is very strong. Listen up, because God does more than just warn. He also saves. He fixes things. He makes more. He will use what was intended for your fall, for your elevation. What they whispered in the dark, God will shout in the light. They tried to bury you under a lie, but it will end up being the ladder that helps you rise. Beloved, don't be afraid, says Archangel Michael. The truth is strong. I'm going to use the truth as a sword to protect you today. But before I go any further, please listen. Today is not the only day these words are for you. There will be a new plot tomorrow, another trap next week, another lie next month. That's why you can't walk around without being careful. Protect yourself. Beloved, please subscribe. Sign up, because not every message that comes through here is a coincidence. It is a save. It's a direction. It's a map. People who skip walk into walls when the road is foggy. People who stay in touch walk into doors. Do not cut yourself off from the flow of heaven. As you read this, the very fabric of their plan is coming apart. What they meant to do harm, heaven is using to protect you. There are many weak spots in the lie, and your faith is what breaks them. In the moment that you stay here and don't skip, heaven makes your shield stronger. So pay attention, because in the next few lines, their identity will be revealed. People will see the chains that were meant for you for what they are, traps of hate and envy. Your name will shine brighter than ever, instead of being dragged through mud. That's not all this message is. It is a deliverance. The fact that you are obeying, staying here, and fully opening this up calls on heaven's hand to help you. Dear ones, this is just the start. Heaven is still talking to you, my beloved child. Something changed in the spirit world when you opened this. Things that had been kept secret for months or even years started to fall apart. That is, you might not be able to see it yet. Archangel Michael, however, was seen. Michael has already stepped in to stop you from getting the punishment that was written in lies. No longer does God roar. This curse will not be passed on to my child. My kid won't walk into chains that don't belong to them. That's why your chest feels heavy. Why does your heart beat so fast? The fight is not light. The person who said that thought they were smart. I didn't think anyone would find out. They believed that what they said would stick to your name like mud. Lie though. Heaven doesn't let them end there. Truth is like a flame, and today it shines brighter than the darkness. Someone is very close to you and may make you not want to believe them. They came up to your table. They smiled when they saw you. As you went up, they pretended to cheer for you, but behind your back, they signed a piece of paper that had been dipped in poison. I saw it all, God says. I wrote down everything. I will not let what they planned happen to you happen. The lie they told about you is not just a story. You were meant to lose your freedom and your destiny, and you were meant to look guilty even though you couldn't be. But do you remember what it says? No weapon that is made against you will work. This weapon was made, but it won't work out well. My child, you must still stay, because you will miss the shield that God is putting around you right now if you skip this message. Stay, commands Archangel Michael. Don't go away. Do not shut this voice down. The person who accused you thinks their plan is set in stone, but if you stand your ground, heaven can change it. Do you get it? The balance isn't strong. Doing what you're told to do is your anchor. Don't forget what I tell you. In some parts of life, one choice, one decision, or one act of obedience sets the tone for everything that comes after. Now is one of those times. You weren't just brought here by chance. You were shown this way because they knew you needed to hear this revelation. Your angels have been whispering, tugging, and pulling. You only have a few minutes left before the spiritual window shuts. The warning goes away if you don't open this all the way. In this way, the sense of urgency in your spirit is very strong. Listen up, because God does more than just warn. He also saves. He fixes things. He makes more. He will use what was intended for your fall for your elevation. What they whispered in the dark, God will shout in the light. They tried to bury you under a lie, but it will end up being the ladder that helps you rise. Beloved, don't be afraid, says Archangel Michael. The truth is strong. I'm going to use the truth as a sword to protect you today. But before I go any further, please listen. Today is not the only day these words are for you. There will be a new plot tomorrow, another trap next week, another lie next month. That's why you can't walk around without being careful. Protect yourself. Beloved, please subscribe. Sign up, because not every message that comes through here is a coincidence. It is a save. It's a direction. It's a map. People who skip walk into walls when the road is foggy. People who stay in touch walk into doors. Do not cut yourself off from the flow of heaven. Stay, commands Archangel Michael. Do not go. I've been waiting to tell you the truth. You can almost hear the name of the accuser now. It's almost there. The lips that smiled at you also spoke badly about you. The hands that seemed to be there to help were actually writing your death warrant. Still, those hands will be seen. Their smile will fade. Their lie will fall apart. Your name will get even better when it does. Because of this secret, God always turns attacks into stories. The path to his throne led through the same pit that Joseph's brothers threw him into. The doorway of resurrection was the same cross that they nailed Jesus to. The same false crime that was written against you will serve as the foundation for your blessing. But pay attention, my child. Those who stay awake will receive blessing. Do not fall asleep at this time. Don't skip the part where it says, heaven is breathing. Each sentence here is like a shield that's being built around you. Each paragraph is like a sword that is being sharpened. The stronger your defense gets, the longer you stay. Listen up. This message isn't just for now. There will be more news, revelations, and truths. That's why you can't walk by yourself. Beloved, please subscribe. Stay safe under this dream. Stay away from a world where the enemy plans every day and lies are spread like webs. Listen to what heaven has to say, because tomorrow could bring a new plot. And you'll need the next message to guide your steps. Now, beloved, let us go deeper. The accuser is not just an enemy. They are someone who once stood close. Their betrayal cuts because you never imagined their lips could form such lies. But heaven says, I saw it before it happened. I heard their whispers before they spoke. I will not allow them to finish what they began. That is why you are reading this now, because the window is closing. The hour is late, and the lie is spreading. Yet heaven has declared, no, it stops here. My beloved, you must understand something so important. The battle against you is not because you are weak. It is because you are chosen. If you were ordinary, if your life had no weight, if your soul carried no light, the enemy would not waste his weapons on you. But because you are marked, because you are favored, because there is a crown waiting for you, the darkness cannot remain silent. The very reason you are attacked is proof that you carry treasure inside. The false accusation written against your name was never really about you. It was about what you carry. It was about silencing your voice, stopping your progress, crippling your spirit. But heaven says it will not work. What I have anointed cannot be silenced. What I have blessed cannot be cursed. If you receive this truth over your life, that you are blessed and cannot be cursed, seal it in your spirit by typing a powerful Amen below. Let the heavens hear your agreement with this unbreakable decree. Child, I know the pain in your heart. Betrayal is heavier than chains. It wounds deeper than any blade. You trusted, you gave, you loved, and still they spoke against you. You looked at them with eyes of kindness, and they returned it with deceit. That is why it hurts so much. Because if a stranger had accused you, you could have brushed it away. But this one was not a stranger. They were close enough to know your name, close enough to know your story, close enough to pierce your heart. And yet, listen to this. They are not closer than God. They are not closer than Archangel Michael. They are not closer than the angels who walk beside you. They may have tried to touch your life, but heaven holds your soul in hands they cannot reach. Even now, heaven is tearing the veil off their face. Their lies are already trembling. Do you not feel it? That sudden sense that something hidden is surfacing. That is heaven pulling the curtain back. God says, I will not allow my child to walk blind into the snares of liars. You are being given insight before the storm strikes. This is not a message of fear. It is a message of preparation, a message of victory, because the accuser's words cannot live in the light. When the truth comes, lies die. But child, you must stay in the light. That is why you are here. That is why you cannot skip. That is why this message burns with urgency. If you step away too soon, you walk into shadows unaware. But if you remain line by line, you are covered, you are armed, you are shielded. Every moment you remain here is a moment the lie loses strength. Archangel Michael says, do not underestimate this moment. What is being written in heaven is greater than what was written by men. Stay under the shield. The sword is ready. The liar's time is short. And I must say this again, you cannot afford to drift alone. Stay connected. Stay connected. Subscribe, beloved. This is your act of faith to stay in perfect alignment with God's prophetic promises. Each message that flows here is a divine rope, ensuring you are never caught unaware, and that every word of deliverance destined for you finds you. Do not cut the rope. Do not silence the flow. Tomorrow, another lie could rise. Next week, another trap. But if you are covered, if you are connected, you will not be caught unaware. Remember, the one who walks with heaven never walks blind. Now listen carefully, because I will reveal something deeper. The accuser did not only plan to stain your name, they planned to profit from it. Their lie was designed not just to harm you, but to lift themselves. They believed that if you were silenced, they would shine. They believed that if you were chained, they would be free. But what they did not know is that you are not standing in your own strength. You are standing in God's covenant. And the covenant of God is not fragile. It cannot be broken by envy. It cannot be torn by lies. It cannot be stolen by betrayal. What God has written for you will outlive every false signature placed against your destiny. My child, I will tell you something you must never forget. Lies always burn out. They may glow for a moment. They may seem convincing. They may sway crowds. But truth is eternal, and truth is on your side. Even if men believe the lie for a season, heaven will overturn it. Even if voices rise against you, God's voice is louder. Even if papers are signed against you, the book of life has already cleared your name. The one who accused you does not yet know the cost of touching God's anointed. They thought they were clever, but they have dug a pit too deep for themselves. The very trap they built will become their grave. And now, beloved, prepare your heart, because their name is not far from being revealed. Archangel Michael says, I hold it in my hand, and soon the scales of justice will tilt. God says, stay awake, stay present, and you will not be blindsided. The truth will come, and when it does, my child will rise higher. My beloved, you are standing in a sacred moment, a line drawn between danger and deliverance. In the natural world, people may think life changes slowly, but in the spirit realm, everything can change in an instant. One accusation can shift a future. One lie can stain a reputation. One false charge can send a life spiraling. But heaven does not permit injustice to rule forever. That is why your heart was led here. You are not just reading words, you are sitting in a courtroom of heaven. The judge is present, the advocate is present, and Archangel Michael the warrior is here, sword in hand, crying out, do not allow this moment to pass. Do not skip, or the lie gains strength. Remain, and truth will roar louder. Think of the cost if you were silent. Think of the pain if you were left unprotected. The one who accused you knows the power of words. They know how fragile society can be when lies are dressed as truth. They believed if they spoke loudly enough, if they spread their story far enough, you would be crushed under the weight of suspicion. They believed no one would defend you, but they miscalculated. They forgot you are not walking alone. They forgot your name is etched in fire upon heaven's book. They forgot God himself takes false accusation personally when it is aimed at his child. Beloved, do you feel how serious this is? This is why your spirit trembles as you read. That trembling is not fear. It is recognition. It is your soul confirming that what you are hearing is real. This is your confirmation, your sign, your undeniable evidence that heaven is interrupting your path to keep you safe. The message is not here to scare you. It is here to spare you. That is why Archangel Michael said only 2 minutes left. Because heaven knows the window for intervention is small, but it is still open. And now hear me. You must understand the root of this attack. It was jealousy. It was envy. It was the silent bitterness of someone who watched you rise and could not stand it. They believed your fall would heal their wounded pride. They believed your chains would free them from their own shadows. But envy never wins. Envy destroys itself. They dug a pit, but pits have a way of swallowing the ones who dig them. They sharpened a knife, but knives cut those who wield them in hatred. This is why God says, do not fear, my child. Their plan is their downfall. Still, God asks you to remain awake. Do not scroll away. Do not skip. Do not silence heaven, because your awareness is the key. Once you know, you cannot be trapped the same way. Once the veil is torn, you walk with open eyes. This message is the tearing of the veil. That is why you feel relief, even in the urgency, because something in your spirit knows. You are being saved before disaster strikes. Beloved, before I go deeper, let me remind you of this. Do not disconnect from this flow. You need more than one warning. You need more than one message. The enemy does not rest, and so you cannot afford to drift uncovered. Stay subscribed. Stay anchored. Each word sent to you is a stone laid on your path, keeping you from falling into holes. Without it, the road is dark. With it, the road shines. If this message has reached you now, imagine what the next message might carry. Do not let your destiny walk unprotected. Now I must reveal the weight of what comes. The accuser's name is not far from being exposed. Already whispers are shifting. Already those who listen to them are starting to question. Already eyes are turning toward inconsistencies. The liar is nervous. Their nights are restless. Their conscience is pricked, though they try to silence it because the truth is not quiet. The truth shouts in silence. It presses on the guilty heart. It gnaws at their peace, and soon it will not remain hidden. Soon the liar will face the very shame they tried to place on you. And when that day comes, beloved, you will stand vindicated. You will stand cleared. You will stand brighter than before, because those who are purified by false accusations shine like gold tested in fire. And you, my child, are gold. You may not always feel it, but heaven knows it. That is why you were chosen to hear this. Why this message came to you and not to another, because you are in the furnace now, but you are not burning. You are being refined. The fire meant to consume you will only make you glow brighter. The false crime meant to bury you will only lift you higher. The name they tried to stain will gleam like a crown. If this word is for you, and you believe that what was meant for harm will be turned for your glory, declare it in the comments. I will rise higher. This is your prophetic statement, anchoring this divine reversal in your life. There are people battling silent storms who will never walk into a church, but they will click on a message like this. When you give through the link in the description or pinned comment, you help us meet them there. You help us speak truth where confusion reigns. You help us proclaim Christ where compromise has grown loud. This isn't about sustaining a platform. It's about standing in the gap for someone eternity bound. Your seed becomes truth for the deceived, strength for the weary, invitation for the lost. And while we may never know every name this side of heaven, God does. If you've ever prayed, Lord, use me, this is one way He does. Join the mission. Let's carry the gospel further. Together, my beloved, you must not underestimate what is happening right now. Do you realize how many times heaven tried to reach you before this? In your sleep, in sudden thoughts, in strange heaviness that sat on your chest for no reason. Those were not accidents. Those were alarms. You brushed them off. You wondered if it was stress. You thought maybe it was just your mind. But now the alarm has become a trumpet. This message is the trumpet. Archangel Michael is sounding it. God is pressing it against your heart. And the sound is this. Do not allow the false accusation to become your destiny. Stay, remain, receive, and I will deliver you. The liar thought their words would wrap around you like a chain. They thought, if they whispered enough, others would believe. They thought, if they smiled at you while speaking against you behind your back, the disguise would remain strong. But heaven laughs at liars. Their words may travel fast, but truth travels farther. Their lies may deceive many, but truth cannot be silenced forever. Already cracks are forming. Already whispers are unraveling. Already their story is breaking. And the more you stay here, the stronger the unraveling becomes. Do you see how urgent this is? Time is not on their side, but you must not give time to their lie either. The reason God says only 2 minutes left is because in the spirit world, windows close, opportunities expire, warnings fade. That is why you must remain alert. Your obedience to listen is your shield. Your decision to remain is your rescue. Archangel Michael says, "If my child will not skip, the truth will roar like thunder, and the false names spoken against them will collapse into dust." Beloved, I know your heart aches. You feel the weight of betrayal, the sting of lies, the fear of shame. But God says, "Do not carry it. Place it on me. I am your defender." You do not have to fight with your own hands. You do not have to prove your innocence by screaming louder than the liar. You only need to stay in the light, and heaven will fight for you. God himself will prove your innocence. Archangel Michael will swing the sword. The angels will expose the shadows, and you, yes, you will walk free. Before we continue, you must understand that this breakthrough is not just for you. Share this prophetic word right now. When you share this anointing, you activate a spiritual principle. What you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. You are not just sending a video. You are releasing a wave of deliverance and breakthrough into your network. But freedom requires faithfulness. Do not cut this short. Do not walk away before the revelation comes. If you stay, the liar's name will be revealed. If you remain, you will not be blindsided. If you hold on, you will watch the one who accused you crumble under their own words. That is why this message is long, because heaven is building a fortress around you with every sentence. Each paragraph is another wall rising, another arrow sharpened, another shield lifted. Stay until the fortress is complete. And child, remember this. What you are facing now is not the last battle. There will be more. Envy does not sleep. Jealousy does not die easily. That is why you must stay covered. Do not drift after this message is done. Subscribe, beloved. Anchor yourself here, because today it is a false crime. Tomorrow it may be a betrayal in love. Next month it may be a trap in finances. But if you remain under the shield of these words, every trap will be broken before it reaches you. This is not just about now. It is about your entire destiny. Now let us go deeper still. The accuser's name is heavy on the tongue of heaven. Archangel Michael holds it, and when the time comes it will be shouted. But know this, when their name is revealed, your world will shake, because you did not expect it. You did not think they could do this to you. That is why it will hurt. But it will also heal, because truth heals even when it hurts. And once it is revealed, the pain will pass and the freedom will remain. You will look back on this day not as the day of your downfall, but as the day of your deliverance. My beloved, there is something you must understand about this moment. What is happening to you is not new. It has happened to every chosen one throughout history. Joseph was accused falsely by Potiphar's wife, and he was thrown into prison for a crime he never committed. Daniel was accused falsely by jealous officials, and he was thrown into the lion's den. Jesus himself was accused falsely by priests who envied his authority, and he was crucified though he was without sin. Do you see the pattern, my child? False accusation always hunts the chosen. Lies always chase the anointed. Betrayal always seeks to strike those who carry heaven's favor. And yet, in every case, the false charge did not bury them. It became the very platform of their rising. Joseph left the prison to enter Pharaoh's palace. Daniel left the den untouched, and his accusers were devoured instead. Jesus rose from the tomb, and his resurrection shook the world forever. This is why you must not panic. Yes, the lie is dangerous. Yes, the crime written against your name is serious. But you are not the first to be accused, and you will not be the first to be delivered. Heaven has already written your ending, and it is not chains. It is freedom. It is not shame. It is honor. It is not defeat. It is testimony. If you accept that this battle will become your testimony of God's power, type Amen in the comments. Let this be your public agreement that turns this trial into your triumph. But you must remain in this revelation. You must not scroll away. You must not silence the voice crying for your safety. For the window is small, and if you ignore it, you risk walking blind into the trap that has already been set. Archangel Michael speaks with urgency. Beloved, the liar thought their whisper would never reach your ears. They thought their scheme would remain hidden until it was too late. But here I am, sword in hand, pulling back the curtain. Do not waste this moment. Do not skip this message, or the one who accused you will succeed in pulling you down. These are not light words. They are the shouts of heaven. They are your lifeline. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit, that restless fire as you read? That is God Himself breathing confirmation into your soul. You already suspected someone. You already felt a heaviness around them, though you could not explain it. You already noticed signs, the way their eyes shifted, the way their words twisted, the way their smiles seemed hollow. And now heaven is confirming what your heart already knew. They are the one. They are the accuser. They are the betrayer. And their name will not remain hidden for long. Child, I must tell you something else. This attack was not random. It was timed. They waited until they thought you were weak. They waited until you were distracted, until you were focused elsewhere, until your guard was down. They chose this moment because they believed it would hit hardest. But God says, I saw their timing. I will overturn it. What they thought was the perfect moment to destroy you will become the perfect moment to display my power in your life. You must hold this truth close. The darker the lie, the brighter the light of vindication. When the truth comes, it will not only clear your name, it will expose theirs. And when it does, those who doubted you will honor you. Those who whispered against you will fall silent. Those who tried to bury you will watch you stand taller than ever. That is the justice of heaven. That is the promise sealed over your life. But beloved, stay close. This message is not finished. Do not walk away before the fortress is complete. Each word you receive builds a wall around you. Each line you remain strengthens your shield. If you skip, the wall is left unfinished and the arrows of lies can pierce. But if you remain until the end, the fortress will be unbreakable. Archangel Michael says, "Stay, beloved. Only then will you see the liar fall." My beloved, the enemy thought their whisper would go unnoticed. They thought the darkness they wrapped around your name would stay hidden. But light cannot be hidden. Do you see how God works? He does not allow shadows to rule forever. A lie can stand for a season, but it cannot live for eternity. And in your life, the time of lies is ending. The false charge written against you is trembling. Even as you read this, the liar feels it, though they don't understand why. Their nights are uneasy. Their spirit is restless. Their confidence is cracking because truth is pressing at the edges of their disguise. Do not fear what they said about you. Fear only what you would lose if you turned away from this revelation. Archangel Michael is pleading because he sees the papers, he sees the signatures, he sees the trap they laid ready to spring, but he also sees the fire of God hovering above you, ready to burn the snare to ashes. If you stay here, if you remain, if you let heaven finish what it started, child, this is what makes your story powerful. You are not defined by what they say. You are defined by who you are in God's eyes. They may call you criminal, but God calls you chosen. They may call you guilty, but God calls you righteous. They may call you weak, but God calls you beloved. Do not let their words stain you. Let God's words cleanse you. That is the difference between bondage and freedom. And you are meant for freedom. But I must tell you something difficult. When the truth comes, you will be shocked, because the accuser is not far. They are not a stranger. They are not distant. They are someone close, someone you trusted, someone you allowed into the circle of your life. That is why the betrayal cuts so deep. That is why it feels like a knife you did not see coming. But do not let the shock break you. Let it free you. For once the truth is revealed, you will see that their smile was a mask, their kindness was a performance, their friendship was an act. And when you see it clearly, you will be healed. God says, "My child, I beg you, don't skip this. Don't turn away, because if you leave before the revelation is complete, you will walk blind into their snare." Archangel Michael says, "The truth is at the edge of your vision. Do not close your eyes now. Beloved, this is why you must remain. The story is not finished, and the ending is victory. But only if you stay with heaven until the end." Think of Joseph again. When he was accused, he could have despaired. He could have given up, saying, "What is the point? My life is ruined." But he held on. And because he held on, the prison became the doorway to the palace. Do you see? What was meant for his downfall became the very thing that lifted him. That is what will happen to you. The false charge will not bury you. It will raise you. The lie will not weaken you. It will make your testimony unshakable. And those who laughed at you will see the glory of God on your life. But you must not give up early. You must not silence this voice. Stay, remain. Let heaven complete what it began. My beloved, do not be afraid of the shadow that tried to cover you. The shadow is loud, but it is not eternal. Do you not remember what is written? The truth shall set you free. Lies are cages, but truth is the key that breaks them. And today, that key has been placed in your hand. God is saying, do not let fear choke you. Do not let anxiety consume you. Stand still and watch my salvation. Archangel Michael is adding, "Beloved, I am standing guard. No lie shall bind you if you remain here. But if you walk away, if you skip, you walk into danger uncovered." The one who accused you underestimated the hand of heaven. They thought their story would spread faster than truth. They thought their false charge would stick longer than God's blessing. But they were wrong. Lies may have speed, but truth has endurance. Lies may deceive the crowd, but truth speaks to the soul. And when the soul hears truth, no lie can remain. This is why you feel such power even now as you read, because your soul recognizes the voice of truth, and it is shaking loose the chains they try to put around you. Child, you may be asking, why me? Why am I always the target? Why do lies chase me? Why do betrayals follow me? And heaven answers, because you are chosen, because you are anointed, because you carry light that darkness fears. Do not mistake attack for abandonment. If you were abandoned, no one would bother to fight you. It is because you are chosen that the arrows come, but it is also because you are chosen that the arrows will break. Archangel Michael is crying out, "Stay, do not skip. Stay until the end, for the liar's name is written before me, and soon it will be revealed. You are closer than you know. The veil is thinning, the mask is slipping. The one who betrayed you is already trembling. They feel the heat of exposure, though they do not admit it. And when the moment comes, their name will fall like a stone, and your name will rise like the sun. To claim this final victory, to declare that your name will rise while their lies fall, write this in the comments below. Truth is my vindication. Let this act seal the verdict of heaven over your life and release the final wave of justice. But before that happens, you must remain in this covering. This message is not just words, it is a shield. Every line you remain under builds a wall between you and the lie. Every moment you listen pushes back the shadows. Do not leave before the fortress is complete. My beloved, the world may write accusations on paper, but heaven writes truth on stone. Paper burns, stone endures. Their signature is temporary. God's covenant is eternal, and this covenant over your life cannot be undone. It is written in the blood of sacrifice, sealed by the fire of spirit, guarded by the sword of Archangel Michael. That is why, even though their lie feels strong, it is weak compared to the eternal decree written in heaven about you. The liar is confident now, but their confidence is built on sand. Do you remember what happens to houses built on sand? The storm comes and they collapse. That storm is already rising. They do not see it yet, but their time is short. For the one who touched God's anointed, the one who smeared his child's name, the one who tried to stain innocence, there is no hiding from judgment. Heaven is slow to anger, but once it moves, nothing can stop it. Child, this is why Archangel Michael says only 2 minutes left, because justice is not far. Exposure is not distant, but you must be awake to see it. If you turn away now, you will miss the sight of your vindication, and the vindication is coming quickly. Do not think that your tears have gone unseen. Every night you cried, every moment you felt the weight of their betrayal, every whisper you heard behind your back, heaven counted them. The tears you shed in secret are the evidence God brings into his courtroom. He says, I saw, I heard, I will repay. He does not forget his children. He does not abandon his beloved. And you are his beloved. The accuser's name is heavy, and when it falls, it will fall loudly. People will be shocked. Some will say, how could it be them? But you will not be shocked. You already felt it. Your spirit already knew. And when it happens, you will not only be cleared, you will be lifted. Because this is how God works. He takes what the enemy meant for harm and turns it for good. But beloved, stay covered. Don't just listen once and drift away. You need the flow of heaven daily, not just occasionally. Subscribe and anchor yourself here. Your subscription is a declaration that you are aligning your life with heaven's prophetic timeline. Every word you receive is your protection, every message your shield, and every revelation your sword for the battles ahead. The enemy plots constantly, so must you remain constantly under God's covering. Finally, beloved, seal this prophetic work in your life with 3 actions of faith. First, like this video. This is more than a click. It is your spiritual agreement. The act of liking activates the flow of God's favor, commanding it to rush into every area of your life the enemy tried to touch. Let it be your public amen that heaven recognizes. Second, share this video with at least one person you know is under attack. When you do this, you release the anointing on this word to fight for them, extending this breakthrough and creating a testimony in their life as well. Your victory is sealed. Walk in it. Before we reach the end of this message, you need to hear this clearly. You were led here by divine guidance. This is not random. This is not coincidence. Archangel Michael directed this message straight to you. He is calling you into a protected, blessed space where miracles grow, doors open, and divine help moves quickly. This truth is simple and powerful. When you follow this calling, blessings don't just arrive, they multiply. They pour into every area of your life with strength and clarity. Right now, Archangel Michael is giving you direct access to sacred teachings, spiritual protection, and guidance that is hidden from the world. This is your moment to step into a circle chosen for those who are ready for spiritual growth, divine support, and accelerated breakthroughs. Do not let this holy moment pass you by. Your breakthrough has already begun. All you need to do is step forward. Tap the link in the description and enter Archangel Michael's inner circle so you never miss the messages that are meant specifically for your life, your path, and your destiny. If your spirit feels the pull to go deeper, the link is also in the pinned comment. And if your heart guides you to support this mission, you'll find a Buy Me a Coffee link. Always optional, always appreciated. Take the step now. Your blessing is waiting. Like this video, subscribe and comment, I accept, to welcome more divine light into your journey. Before we reach the end of this message, you need to hear this clearly. You were led here by divine guidance. This is not random. This is not coincidence. Archangel Michael directed this message straight to you. He is calling you into a protected, blessed space where miracles grow, doors open, and divine help moves quickly. This truth is simple and powerful. When you follow this calling, blessings don't just arrive, they multiply. They pour into every area of your life with strength and clarity. Right now, Archangel Michael is giving you direct access to sacred teachings, spiritual protection, and guidance that is hidden from the world. This is your moment to step into a circle chosen for those who are ready for spiritual growth, divine support, and accelerated breakthroughs. Do not let this holy moment pass you by. Your breakthrough has already begun. All you need to do is step forward. Tap the link in the description and enter Archangel Michael's inner circle so you never miss the messages that are meant specifically for your life, your path, and your destiny. If your spirit feels the pull to go deeper, the link is also in the pinned comment. And if your heart guides you to support this mission, you'll find a Buy Me a Coffee link. Always optional, always appreciated. Take the step now. Your blessing is waiting. Like this video, subscribe and comment, I accept, to welcome more divine light into your journey.